Show with icebreakers. So I have a few icebreakers for you.
Cool, let's do it.
This is between you and I. These questions. Who would you say has the worst attitude?
You.
I thought that would be a good one considering you have a bad attitude
I
as
do.
well. I'd say so.
I don't think so.
It's tough. It's a tough attitude. Has been called high maintenance the most.
Me.
Oh, okay. We being honest. That's good. That's good. We being honest.
I don't agree with that statement. I need to get the face shit on.
Has the lowest quality of exes.
The lowest quality?
Mm-hmm.
Based on what you tell me, you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's another podcast. Not this one. Some other relationship podcast. We'll go into that. Has improved the most as a person since you met them.
You?
Oh my God. Maybe
Yes,
so.
I've been consistent for the last 42 years.
Okay. Let me make sure it's on green. Okay. Causes the most drama.
Causes the most drama? Or is the most dramatic? That's a difference.
Answer how you want, because either one of those is you.
No, I think
Either one of
I think you cause the most drama, but I'm probably the most dramatic.
Again, I can only speak about this in another podcast about causing the most drama
In my life or other people's lives?
in others' lives.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't cause drama in my life though. My life is perfect.
I'm gonna say.
Minus the BS, life's great.
Oh,
Just saying.
but he has so much BS. Okay, whatever.
I be having fun, man.
Is the most likely to spend the night locked up.
You.
Yeah, that would be me.
You.
Okay. Has the best leadership skills.
That's a tough.
It is a tough one, but I thought about it and I have an answer.
Has the best or has shown the best?
I mean, it's just whatever.
I think you've shown way better leadership skills than me. I think I possess the most leadership skills.
Yeah.
I choose not to.
I think that you would be an amazing leader, and I think that you've displayed some amazing leadership skills, and you would be a far better leader than me. I think that, like, if we were in business together as partners, I would, because I have the savvy, I would be able to say, Corneal, you need to go tell him this. And you would be able to relay it in a way where it's taken in. And that's that's a great leadership skill. I never possessed that, and that's why I had high turnover when I had businesses with people that I employed. Okay, so I've already introduced you to the crowd prior to now. They already know who you are. But this is my dear friend, Corneal. And Corneal is here today because I want to talk about routines with you. Corneal is amazing at having a rigid schedule and keeping a routine. And I would say it's a huge part of why you are successful in life, career-wise. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay. Would you consider yourself to be successful?
I wouldn't consider myself to be successful.
I would.
I think by society standards, I'm successful.
Okay.
But
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, I don't think so. I think I have a long way to go.
Okay. Would you consider yourself wealthy?
No. I do not. What is wealthy?
I would. And so, with that, I believe that he has achieved this success and achieved wealth in my standards because of his routine. So, what I want to start off with is how did you get here? Like, how did you get to the point where you have this have a schedule the way you have a schedule and you follow it so intensely?
No, honestly, I think it started when I was a kid with my grandmother and how I was raised. I've always been a very literal person, and I also just followed orders. Like, it was just something that was somehow ingrained in me.
Okay.
So my grandmother was big on schedules and routine, right? And that just was something that has always stuck with me over the years. From, tasks and errands being run around the house. It's like every Sunday we doing laundry. Every Saturday we going grocery shopping. Monday through Friday as a kid you go to school, right? Like, it was always a routine. So as I got older, I just always found ways to adapt and add new whatever was going on in my life into the routine.
So I remember you telling me a story about when your grandmother put you on the bus. And so I was thinking in my mind, like, it had to start like around then. But because you were so young.
Yeah, I was like 8 years old.
So it may have even started even younger than that.
Yeah, but so that's how she was. But like, the story really quickly was, my school started in the 4th grade, right? New school, was downtown Chicago, but we lived on the west side. And what my grandmother would do is every day after school, she would be there to pick me up. And she would always say, hey, we're going to walk to the bus stop. When we get to the bus stop, you're going to wait for the number 66 Chicago Avenue bus. You get on the bus, you tell the driver where you're going, you pay your fare, you have a seat right here. And she did it every day for 6 months. And every day for 6 months, I was like, why are we doing this? Like, this is stupid. You're here with me. I don't understand the purpose
why
of
you keep telling me
this same thing. But she was doing it every day, regardless of me complaining or being upset. She did it every day. And then, school starts in, say, September. It was roughly March or April. And I get out of school one day and she's not there. So I went onto the playground and played for 2-3 hours with my friends. And
wait a minute.
Yeah, I went and played because I was expecting her to show up.
Thinking she coming to get you.
I knew she would come eventually. So I went to play. And then after maybe 2-3 hours went past, most of the kids had been picked up by their parents. She still wasn't there. So the routine kicked in. Walk down State Street to Chicago Avenue, get on this, waiting for the 66 Chicago Avenue bus.
Right.
Tell the driver where you're going, pay your fare, have to sit in the first seat behind them, get off at Homan, walk down the street. When I walked to the house, when I made it there, she was sitting on the porch.
Waiting on you.
Yeah, that's what her question was. What took you so long? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess she knew it would just kick in.
Right.
So a lot of the things that she did were just habits that I picked up on. And it just became what I do with everything. Whether it's, like I say, I still go grocery shopping every Saturday. I still do all my laundry and iron my clothes for the entire week every Sunday. It's just what I do.
Okay, so I guess I want to ask. Okay, so one of the questions I want to ask is, how has that helped you with work? Firstly, what do you do?
I work in sales.
Okay.
Want me to be specific?
If you want to.
I work in pharmaceutical sales.
Okay.
So I spend my days at hospitals or mostly hospitals or any other medical facilities talking to doctors, nurses, and their staff about the products that I promote. means that requires a routine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and because I'm so used to implementing routines, that's just what I do, even in this role.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's required. I have to know where I need to be and when I need to be there.
Because you have to pretty much implement like a strategy.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, you know, let's say if, you know, my territory covers pretty much all of Chicago. So I go all the way I go as far north as, I don't know, Rolling Meadows, and then I go as far west as, let's say, Niles, Illinois. And, you know, but each office is different. Some offices, the doctors will only see you on Mondays before 8 a.m. Some offices will only see you on Thursday at 2, right? And if I want to get in front of this particular doctor and be able to have a conversation with them, I need to know where I need to be and when I need to be there. And then I build my schedule around that. Like, I mean, this morning, there's a system that we use to schedule meetings. And this morning is Sunday, 9 a.m. You know what I mean? I was up because one of the offices sent out an email on Thursday saying that their schedule would open up on Sunday. You know, I mean, I'm off, but, you know, I put an alert in my phone for Sunday at 9 a.m. I had two, I guess, alarms two reminders, right? So one that went off 30 minutes before, and then one that went off again 5 minutes before. So at 9 o'clock, I'm on my computer trying to plug in appointments that will not take place until March of 2023.
And that's how, and so with that, because without you having a schedule like that, you can't succeed in this business, in your line of work.
I don't think you can succeed in anything, right? Like I'm a firm believer of a person that isn't planning to succeed is planning to fail, right? So I think everything requires some type of plan, some type of strategy. And if you don't have it, if you just, you know, as they say, running around with like a chicken with your head cut off, you know, you setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah. So, what's your routine? You don't got to tell me like the addresses to where you go or nothing like that, but just tell me like, give me just break down like what time you wake up in the morning and then how your day goes.
I'm typically up every morning between 5:30 a.m. 6 a.m. If I wake up at 6, you know, I wake up, you know, I try to get me some yoga in, or you know, go read some emails to, you know, see what I got, anything that came through the night prior. By 7 o'clock, I'm in the gym, and then I'm probably in the gym for about 45 minutes to an hour, just depending on what my day looks like. You know, then I'm back home by 8. I'm showered, changed, and out the door by 9. Right? Probably at my first office between 9:30 and 10 o'clock, depending on how far away it is from my house. You know, I'm typically in the field working to about 3-4 p.m. Right? Then I'm done. You know, so I'm trying to be home every day by 5. You know, probably starting dinner at 5:30. Right? I'm probably eating dinner between 6 and 6:30. Right? And I'll probably, you know, watch some TV, play some video games. Then I'm reading, showering, brushing my teeth, washing my face, that type of thing.
Getting ready for the next day.
And I'm back in the bed at 10 p.m. I'm sorry.
So, and so with that, because you are on this schedule, okay, I guess I have 2 questions, and I really hope I remember to ask the second one. The first one is, what is your favorite part okay, what is the one thing that's the most consistent in your routine, regardless to where you are or what's happening in the world, you know, what's happening at that time, like you're on vacation, or you know.
The time I wake up.
Okay.
I wake up around 5:30, 6 a.m. every day. which is why I don't go out a lot. Because if I go out, say club or party, and we stay out till 2-3 o'clock in the morning, I'm waking up at 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning. You know, which means I don't get a lot of sleep, which,
Right.
you know, which will impact that next day. So for me, you know, I'm aware of that at all times. I'm trying to make sure I get an adequate amount of sleep.
Okay.
But regardless of where I'm at, no matter what country I'm in,
Right.
no matter what
That's
city,
what I'm thinking, like.
right, you know, no matter what I'm doing, I'm waking up 5:30, 6 a.m.
Because you travel a lot for work and you travel a lot for pleasure too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I would have thought that you would have said the gym or exercise would be the most consistent.
No, it's not. The time I wake up is the most consistent. Like with the gym, you know, I move a lot with the gym because it just depends on what I'm doing. Because I can get bored with the same routine, right? So like if I'm going to the gym and weightlifting, you know, that's something I'm trying to do every day at 7 a.m. But if it's a day I'm going to do yoga at, you know, yoga 6, right? I can't go there until 9 o'clock because that's what time the particular class I want to take is. Or like on weekends, right? Because I still, on Saturday and Sunday, I'm still waking up at 5:30 or 6 o'clock. But LA Fitness doesn't open till 8. So I can't go to the gym at 7, right? Like, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be up. Regardless of what I got to do that day, I'm going to be up. Whereas on the weekend, some people sleep in late. I don't sleep in late. I never have. I don't think I ever will.
Got you. Okay, so of course I forgot the other question. I should have wrote it down. I'm so happy. But what was I about to say? Okay, so with that, we don't have the planner right now, but it's around. I'll make sure to plug it in somewhere. So that's why your first true entrepreneurial endeavor was a planner. Right?
Yeah.
Because you could get behind that, a planner.
Well, first of all, I got a friend who's an entrepreneur and been pushing me to go into become an entrepreneur for the last 42 years, it seems like. You know, so yeah, but during the pandemic, because everything changed, the entire world changed, right? I couldn't be where I felt I needed to be or do what I felt I needed to do. So I felt like I got way off track, right? Like I didn't like the idea of not having a plan. So I called myself going to Target to pick up a planner. And most of the planners that Target had available were geared towards women, right? And so of course that didn't work for me. So what I was trying to do was trying to find something that would work for me, which led to me just creating something that would work for me, which ended up being Man with the Planner. Right.
And so this planner, it actually focuses on, it's geared toward men,
Yes.
and it's also geared towards sports.
Yes.
And so tell us about how it's a beautiful planner, and I promise we gonna show it to you. I just gotta get it.
Right, okay.
So explain what the planner hit the button. Cut it. Give me a second. This is wrong. Just right.
We gotta start over? Oh, Lord.
No, we don't. No. Okay, we don't have to start over. We rolling. This is the planner. Man with the Planner. This is 2022's edition of the planner. You want to break it down for us, sir? Tell us what's in it. What were your thoughts behind each item?
Ultimately, it's a weekly calendar and sports almanac, right? My focus was on men, so that's why I added sports into there. You know, it starts off like any other planner, right? You know, list your name and your yearly goals. But then as you go through the planner, you're able to break that down to monthly goals. You know, so as you can see here, monthly goals and visions, right? Whether that's family or personal, health, career, financial, right?
What made you choose these items for goals and vision?
I figured these are the things that were most important to most people.
Oh, okay.
Right? Whether it's, you know, I think most people who have a family, right, that's something that's very important to them. I would assume everybody's health is important to them, right? Then your career, and of course, finances, money, right? If these things not important to you, what are you doing?
Right.
You know, but like, when we talk about sports, right? This, you know, I try to include all sports. So this is a race car, right? Which I guess is a way to talk about NASCAR racing, that type of thing, right? Here, you know, we talk about some of the highlights, right? You know, things that help get you out of your comfort zone, right? Or, you know, action goals, stretch goals, as they may call them, right? Men a lot of times are known to forget things that might be important to women.
So this thing been in my house for a minute. I'm sorry. I don't know that I ever paid attention to this part. Cause I'm like, actions you'll take to stretch you, dates to remember. Like this, I don't think I ever paid attention to this. No, reminders not to get your butt in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know that I ever paid attention to that. I like this. This is for men. Men need this. Men need to.
Those are the days they need to remember.
Yes, like he has anniversaries. Like he has it broken down into very special days, and I think that that's important, even for business and career, and of course anniversaries and stuff. I thought that's pretty dope. And you have this for each month?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, so because the way it's supposed to be, of course, is like, you know, if your birthday is on January 8th, you write such and such's birthday is on this day. If your anniversary is on January 10th, you want to write it here. So as you're going through, when you get to January, you remember, like, okay, my anniversary is coming up, right? And if you need to order a gift or plan a trip or whatever, you do that based on what you see here.
So what about, you got out of your comfort zone, actions you'll take to stretch you. Tell me something that you would write right there.
For me, something that I would write here.
Yeah, like just right now, like just based on what's going on right now.
I haven't done any reading this year. Like,
okay.
I'm in the past, I've been an avid reader, right? I would try to read, say, 4 books a year, right?
Okay.
That's, you know, but a stretch when I'm in my normal place, right, would be I'm gonna read 6 books a year, or in this instance, right, it'd be like, you know, like I say, I'm gonna read 1 book this month.
Got
right?
you.
If I'm able to read 1 book this month and I keep that going over the course of the entire year, that's 12 books, right? Or another stretch goal would be, you know, like I say, if I go to the gym, I'm trying to go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week, right? A stretch goal would be go to the gym 6 times a week. You know what I mean?
Okay, so that's a stretch goal.
Yeah.
So then you got goals and then you got stretch goals.
Right, something that, because a lot of times with things that you do that's going to take you out of your comfort zone, right? Like I can go to the gym 4 times a week and I'm okay with that. That 5th time, for whatever reason, I mentally told myself that I might be pushing myself too far and I don't want to hurt myself, right? But
I'll say that with the first day. But okay.
So yeah, you know what I mean? But I thought this idea was pretty dope, right?
Yeah, I like that.
You know, the book also includes quotes. Because we're emphasizing sports, most of the quotes are going to come from basketball players, football players. Like this very first quote here is from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? And anybody who knows basketball knows who that is, right? As you go through the months, you'll see here, like for January 15th, 2022, the NFL playoffs begin, right? So this just helps you keep up with these things that might be important to you if you're a man and you love sports.
Into sports. Right.
You know, but like these particular dates are blank, right? But as we go through, you'll see on certain days, like January 15th, you'll see on this day in 1956, Bobby Grier broke the color barrier in the Sugar Bowl. Right? So that's what makes it a sports almanac.
Got you.
These are sports facts that a lot of people probably don't know or knew about and forgot. You know,
yeah.
But once again, it's just a cool way to keep you engaged, right? I think we were all around back in 2000. Well, we were around back in 2004 when Freddie Adu was a big deal, right? The young black guy that was playing soccer in DC. Like, he was 14 years old. He was like the youngest soccer player ever, right?
I must wasn't around either then, y'all.
Okay, so on January 16th, right? So for someone that doesn't know, right? On January 16th, 2004, Freddie Adu was the youngest athlete ever to sign a professional contract in the U.S., right? He was like 14 years old. He had signed a contract to play soccer for a major team.
So now let me ask you about about this, like for this coming year, which they'll be able to pre-order soon. Yes. I'm guessing.
They'll be available in November.
So I guess my question is, do the almanac inserts change?
Yes.
Okay. And I know the quotes will change, of course.
The quotes will definitely change. Most of the sports facts will change. We won't be able to change everything, you know what I mean? But a lot of that information will be new. So yes, just go with yes. Because a lot of times as we were going through, because most sports seasons tend to overlap, a lot of information we had were on the same day. So I had to choose, right?
Gotcha.
On this day, I'm going to put this.
Which one?
Next year, I'll go with this, you know. So that's what happened a lot of times.
Okay.
But yeah, as you go through, it's going to be pretty standard as you go through, you know what I mean? Or I guess you could say repetitive in the sense of the setup, right? It doesn't change. What changes is the quotes change. The dates, you know,
the almanac type things.
I think this was something I thought was key, including once you get through, right? You get to the end of the year. This is the opportunity to go back and review your year. Right? So this right here, this essentially becomes like a book. Like, this is something that you can keep and refer back to. Yes.
So each year that you buy the planner, and you can go back and say where you've grown, you know, where you need to grow. So this is like, you can keep this, is what I'm saying. It's not one of those planners where once you're done, ooh, I heard that you better be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I mean, and I came up with that idea because I used to keep, before I created this, I just would have regular notebooks. And I was going through an old notebook, and it literally, I had like, you know, buy my first property, save $25,000, this type of thing. And I was going through, I was checking them off. But when I look back, some of that stuff I didn't actually accomplish or check off my list, right? So that's where that comes in, right? There's going to be goals that we set goals, but we don't always hit the target every time. Right, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it.
Right,
later,
figure out how to achieve it.
So for me, when those goals, like I remember, like I said, it was like, it was a notebook that I stumbled upon, but it was literally like save $25,000, buy your first property, you know, pay off all your debt, whatever. So I think I was able to pay off my debt and save the $25,000, but I didn't buy my first property.
Right.
You know, so but you know. Maybe 2 years later, I did buy my first property, stuff like that.
And all of this is because of routines, right? So this is airing during the holiday season when everybody is gearing up for the new year and preparing their resolutions and all of that. So I just wanted to make sure that I brought somebody on that has had so much success through building routines in their life. And he's basically like living proof that if you put yourself on a schedule, stick to that schedule, that you can achieve amazing things. I believe he's a very accomplished man at a very young age. And I think that it's something to aspire to in this coming year, to say, what goals do I want to accomplish and how I'm going to get there. And I think that where to begin is with just as simple as what time I'm going to go to bed at night and what time I'm going to get up and everything in between, you can work it out. But I think if you start with just going to bed every night consistently at a certain time, getting up every morning consistently at a certain time, you'll be able to see a difference in yourself.
It impacts, those things impact your energy, right? It impacts all other aspects of your life. Because if you wake up and you're full of energy, you know, you're ready to take on the world.
You can
right?
think clearer.
Yeah, but if you wake up and you're sluggish, or you want to get back into bed, right, you're not going to get much accomplished.
You're not thinking about anything other than the bed, sleep, that type of thing. So that is why I have Mr. Corneal on here. I don't know if I can say his last name or not. We'll see. So anyway, make sure that when you see this planner, it's going to be for sale at manwithaplanner.com, as well as there'll be codes and all kind of stuff in the show notes that you guys will be able to order directly from Babbling with Brandi as well. Did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about?
No, I just thank you for the opportunity to come on your show. I truly appreciate you.
I'm glad that I could have you, friend.
Why you smile like that?
Because he know we're supposed to be talking about other stuff other than routines. Not on this particular show, but him and I will be having some other conversations when we have older producers in the room. And I can't wait.
I have no clue what she wants to say.
But I'm so glad that I was able to get my friend here to discuss routines and how they can help us to accomplish our goals and our dreams, and also talk about his planner that he'll be releasing for this year. This planner was an amazing success this year, and it's only going to grow and get bigger and better. I felt like, I mean, just the quality of it was a big deal for me. Like, when he was telling me he was going to make a planner, I'm like, oh, you know, I didn't think like that it was going to be like, you know, a hard back. I thought it was going to be like, you know, the calendars that we see, that we, like I said, you just throw them out when you're done with them at the end of the year.
Everything was done with the man in mind, right? Like, I'm the type of individual that I throw stuff around, or, you know. So in that case, right, it has to be sturdy. It has to be able to withstand anything that I might, you know,
run
put it
into.
up against, right? So that's what it came up. You know, we're gonna even make a few changes to the structure, right? There was a few ideas that came up, but if you want to know what the changes are, you got to get the next plan. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. So we'll see the planner at. My goal is for this thing to be in stores. This can be in Target, Walmart. This can be sold in Office Depot, places like that. So we're going to be working on that in the future as well. And that's it. That's all I have for today. Did my producers have any questions for Mr. Corneal about routines? Because you both are in school. We got one about to graduate and go to college. Did you have anything you wanted to say?
No.
Now, any other day, she got a million questions. I'll put you on the spot. I'm sorry. Thank you guys so much for babbling with me today. And until next time, I do that every time. Every time I say until next time, after I say goodbye, I'm going to work on that. Thanks for babbling with me, guys. Bye.